Exactly, so let's really dig into the details. What's the first memory that comes to your mind when you think about being a kid?
Honestly, the biggest one is the summer my family spent at my grandparents' farm. I was 8, and everything felt magical.
I love that. Farms have this timeless vibe. What made that summer so special for you?
It was the sense of freedom. I'd wake up with the sunrise, race outside barefoot, and help my grandpa feed the chickens. Then my cousins and I would explore the fields like we were on a grand expedition.
That sounds like pure adventure. Did you have any single moment that still shines brighter than the rest?
Definitely. One afternoon we built a makeshift raft from old wooden pallets and plastic barrels we found in the barn. We dragged it to the little pond at the edge of the property. I remember feeling like a pirate captain as we pushed off into the water.
Oh wow, a homemade raft. Did it actually float?
It did, surprisingly. It wobbled a lot, and my cousin Liam kept shouting that we were doomed, but it stayed afloat long enough for us to circle the pond. The water was covered in lily pads and dragonflies buzzed everywhere.
That image is beautiful, sunlight, dragonflies, and kids on a creaky raft. I can almost hear the laughter.
We laughed so hard when Liam finally lost his balance and splashed into the water. We were sure Grandma would scold us, but she only shook her head and handed us towels.
Grandmas understand the magic of childhood. Mine definitely did. My favorite childhood memory also involves my grandmother, but it's set in the city, not the countryside.
Really? Tell me about it.
Every December she would take me to the downtown winter fair. It wasn't huge, just a cluster of stalls, twinkling lights, and a tiny carousel, but to me it felt like stepping into a snow globe world.
That sounds charming. What part of the fair was your favorite?
The gingerbread decorating booth. They gave each kid a plain cookie house, bowls of colored icing, and candies like gumdrops and peppermint swirls. I spent hours creating the most elaborate gingerbread mansion you can imagine.
A gingerbread architect. Did you eat your creation afterward?
I never could. I'd bring it home, set it on the mantel, and admire it until January. Eventually it would get stale and crumble, but the memory stayed fresh.
That's sweet, literally and figuratively. Do you remember any specific year that stands out?
Yes, when I was 9 the fair had a sudden snowfall while I was finishing my gingerbread house. Snowflakes drifted through the tent and landed on the icing. Everyone started cheering, and the band played Let It Snow. I felt like I was inside a holiday movie.
That must have felt magical, like time stopped for a second.
Exactly. My grandmother put her arm around me and said, "Remember this feeling, it's the taste of wonder." I didn't fully grasp her words then, but now I realize she was teaching me to treasure small miracles.
That line gave me chills. It's amazing how a few words stick with us forever.
Right? And now every time it snows I pause and try to feel that same sense of wonder.
I do something similar. Whenever I smell fresh hay or hear crickets at dusk, I'm transported back to that farm, standing on our shaky raft.
Sensory memories are powerful. They pull you back without warning.
That's why these childhood moments shape who we are. They remind us of curiosity, courage, and joy.
Totally. Speaking of courage, were you scared while building that raft?
A little. We had no idea if it would sink. But the thrill of trying outweighed the fear. That taught me that risk often leads to the best stories.
My gingerbread house taught me patience and creativity. I'd spend ages piping icing shingles, adjusting candy cane fences. It was the first time I realized I enjoyed design.
Do you think that influenced your dream of becoming an architect?
Absolutely. Those sugary blueprints were my first buildings. How about you? Did farm life guide any of your future passions?
It did. I'm studying environmental science, partly because those summers made me love nature and want to protect it.
That's beautiful. Childhood memories planting seeds, pun intended.
Nice one. So, if you had to describe your favorite memory in one sentence, what would it be?
A 9-year-old girl, dusted with snow and icing sugar, discovering the taste of wonder beside her grandmother. Your turn.
An 8-year-old boy steering a shaky raft across a pond, laughing under a sky full of dragonflies and possibility.
Those sentences capture the essence perfectly. We should use them as our closing lines.
Great idea. I think telling our stories keeps them alive and reminds others to cherish their own.
And it connects us. I knew you liked nature, but I never knew about the raft. Now your passion for environmental science makes even more sense.
Same here. Your attention to detail always impressed me, and now I see it started with gingerbread mansions.
Our childhood selves were already paving our adult paths.
Exactly. So, final thought, if you could relive that memory for one afternoon, would you?
In a heartbeat, but only if my grandmother were there. How about you?
I'd relive it too, with my cousins and the same rickety raft. But I'd also take a camera to capture the dragonflies.
Cameras are great, but sometimes the best camera is our heart. Cheesy but true.
Agreed. Maybe after class we can grab hot chocolate and toast to our younger selves.
Deal. Here's to gingerbread palaces and pirate rafts.
And to the magic of childhood memories that never fade.